This week we've been reading Silly Sara. Read along with me one last time. Pay special attention to Silly Sara because just like we did in the Little Red Hen this week, we are going to be working on analyzing or looking closely at the main character in this book. Remember, the main character is on every or almost every page in the book. So we're not going to say the main character is the piggies because they're not on every page. The main character can't be the horses because they're not on every page. Which character is on the cover and on every page in the book? It's Silly Sara. So pay attention to Silly Sara as we read this book. Read along with me as we go. Mama says to Silly Sara, "Follow closely and obey. Now that lesson time is over, Silly Sara, you can play." Piggies roll in muddy puddles. Silly Sara sings, "Me too." Silly Sara swims and splashes, doing what her new friends do. Silly Sara sees 6 ponies. Silly Sara joins the race. Around the barrels, over fences, Silly Sara takes last place. Mole is digging holes in tunnels. Mole sits up and looks about. Is that Silly Sara squeezing in a hole and through and out? Then she runs into the meadow. Dog is herding sheep. What fun! There is barking, running, quacking. Silly Sara, are you done? Now the sun is slowly setting. Mama Duck knows what's best. Mama kisses Silly Sara and tucks her gently in to rest. All right, so let's look at Silly Sara. Let's go back to the beginning. What is Silly Sara doing? She's done so many things. Pause this video and talk about some of the things that Silly Sara did in this book. All right, now we want to talk about how Silly Sara's feeling in the book. Look right here. We notice the feelings by looking at the face. Look at Silly Sara. Is she happy that she can play? She is. Let's see how she feels about playing. Look at Silly Sara in all of these pictures. What do you think? Is Silly Sara having fun? It looks to me like Silly Sara's having fun. But here at the end, how is Silly Sara feeling? I hope you said sleepy because her eyes are closed and she's going to bed. So Silly Sara did so many fun things. Now, if you notice, she always found a friend to do them with. So Silly Sara made all kinds of new friends on the farm, and she did whatever the friends were doing. So Silly Sara is what we call a follower. She's going to go and follow what other people do. And I think that's why the author called her Silly Sara, because she was doing things that other animals do, but ducks don't normally do. For instance, if we look back here, do ducks usually dig? No, they have webbed feet. They're not good for digging, and they have wings. You can't dig with wings. So silly Sarah was trying to be like the mole. The mole is a digger. She was following the mole. Did we read another book where the main character tried to do what other animals do? Pause this video. I want you to think of another book that we've read where the main character tried to do what other animals do. Do you remember Fast Fox from last week? Fast Fox wanted to swim like the fish and hop like the bunny, and he could not do it. Then he realized that he could run really fast because that's what foxes do. Silly Sarah doing all these things with the other animals made me think about Fast Fox. Fast Fox learned his lesson. Do you think Silly Sarah learned her lesson? Do you think tomorrow Silly Sarah will go around and follow other animals and try to do what they do tomorrow? So when we get off of this video, I want you to talk about that. What do you think Silly Sarah will do tomorrow?